Hey guys, Master Ningen here, bringing you another Dragon Ball Z Dokkan Battle video, and today we're doing something a little bit different. So you will see there is a second screen up at the moment, and that is our boy Y-Try.
That's
hi.
me! Hey, how's it going?
So, rather than a race or collab of the usual variety, we're doing a bit of a discussion in the lead up to the Extreme Z Awakening for Broly, just to kind of bounce team building ideas off of each other. If you, like us, did not pull the STR Ultimate Gohan, this is some tips and advice on putting together a Super AGL team so that you can beat all the stages. So, basically...
And with Broly, Hybrid Saiyans is the strength, I believe.
Yes, so what you want to do
use Hybrid
is
Saiyans.
use a Super AGL team, and then your best bet is to filter your units and go through whichever Hybrid Saiyans AGL units you have. Then you want to make the bulk of your team out of them, because they'll be getting an attack and defensive boost against him. So that should hopefully help you get through the later stages. I am unfortunately in a position where I also don't have Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta, so I have to use Super Vegito as my leader and take a Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta friend.
But you know what he does have? Super 17. How's that coming in handy for you?
I do. I've always... You gotta stop with this Super 17 hate. I really want to pull a dupe from him from the ticket banner, although obviously I would much rather pull a Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta, but... so yeah, obviously got the lower leader skill altogether, so if you have Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta and Super Vegito, you're going to want to use Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta as the leader, but even though neither of them are Hybrid Saiyans, you should probably include Super Vegito on the team, because as long as he doesn't take a super, he's still going to mitigate damage and tank well for you, as well as getting in those counters. So
Oh yeah, those juicy crit counters.
So he won't hit as hard as some of the other units. It's interesting when these events have these special parameters, because you'll probably see units like the Super Saiyan Gotenks hitting harder than Super Vegito, which you'll probably never see anywhere else. But
yeah, my Gotenks is pretty much hitting harder than my Super Vegito right now. He's nuking harder.
So yeah, you essentially, once you've grabbed your leader, we discussed this briefly in Y-Try's video as well. So essentially we've both uploaded a very similar video, so make sure you check out his channel. The link will be in the description, but these two videos will be pretty similar, but he has a wealth of other great content, so make sure you check that out once this video is done. But one of the other points we covered is if you're unfortunate enough to not have Super Vegito or Super Saiyan Vegeta, you could potentially use Super Saiyan Blue Kaioken Goku. He gives a 100% boost, but he gives no ki, so you're going to have to make sure your links are good, or you have some good ki supports.
Presents a few other issues, but it solves one, and it's kind of a weird trade-off.
Yeah, he's just going to be there for your leader skill. He's not a Hybrid Saiyan, so he's not going to do much damage, and of course he's going to take a lot of damage, but if you don't have a better leader, he is going to be your sort of last resort. So I've brought up my team list here. You can see I also have a few non-Hybrid Saiyans. You kind of got to make the most of what you've got, so I've tried to include some good defensive options. I have Caulifla because of her dodging and the potential to maybe counter a super as well. And then I also have Whis because he can heal when you get low for that one time. Plus mine is Rainbow, so he does have some points into dodge. So again, he will get hit ridiculously hard, but hopefully he can get a clutch dodge in there or two. So
yeah, and the point I brought up on my video that I also want to bring up here is that if you have an SS4 Vegeta and Super Vegito, make SS4 Vegeta your lead and then take a friend Super Vegito. That way you end up with two really strong tank units on your team. So
yeah, that can work out really well, as long as you're fortunate enough that they don't take a super attack. So
worst comes to worst, it'll take a few extra retries.
Yeah, that's a good thing about it costing no stamina, I guess, but I'm sure for those of you that did play through the Super Saiyan 3 Goku EZA event, you'll be aware that any of your units that are not Hybrid Saiyans, in the higher stages, if they take a super attack, they're going to take a ridiculous amount of damage, whereas at least Super Vegito will still tank normal attacks for you, so that is definitely good. So,
yeah, absolutely.
So I've got Y-Try has a nice combination actually. I think I do have both of them, but they're both super low super attack levels. So I've tried to prioritise the units that I had with the highest SA levels. But why don't you speak a little bit about your little tag team there, the family?
So I brought a bunch of mainly farmable and or semi-farmable units to the crew. My main damage dealers that are also Hybrid Saiyans being the Family Kamehameha Gohan, I said Goku, the SSJ Go tanks that Dokkan's from the Dab tanks that Ningen knows all too well.
Oh, I do. He's. I felt like I kind of had to put him on this team since he pulled so many. But fortunately, he is useful for this event, so I guess at least there's that.
Yeah, and Pan, obviously being a Hybrid Saiyan and the best support unit for this team, is not really sneaky good, but very, just generally good for this event. She's just going to be the anchor to your team there.
She'll make sure your other units can hit a lot harder, and then at least she is a Hybrid Saiyan, so as a support unit she still won't be dealing a huge amount of damage, but she will get that nice little bit of a bonus against Broly,
yeah.
So that'll be
She's
useful.
a really good overall unit for this one. Some options obviously that Ningen would also consider is going to be the Whis. Is kind of a weird trade-off. He'll take more damage, but he'll also give you that free heal, so kind of depends.
Yeah, I feel like he's definitely worth it. I think if I have a couple of runs where he costs me the run, then maybe I'd think about switching him out. Because obviously in the early stages you will be able to stun, but I can't remember what stage it is. It's either 10 or 15, I think. He'll then become immune to stunning, so the Whis will be a little bit less effective. So, but yeah, there's a couple of units that neither of us are using who potentially can be quite good, which is the AGL Ultimate Gohan. His super attack was farmable when the Tournament of Power storyline was on, so if he's one of the few Ultimate Gohans you do have, hopefully you did that while the event was on. There's also the Xeno Trunks, who got his Dokkan Awakening when the LR came out. He's a lot harder to get to SA10 because you have to use Kai's. There's no farmable Super Saiyan Xeno Trunks, but again, you kind of have to, when you don't have the full optimal Hybrid Saiyans team with Gohan, you just have to make use of the guys that you do have, because bringing a even low level Hybrid Saiyan is potentially going to be a bit more useful than a normal Super AGL unit that you'd run on a normal event instead of him, so you kind of have to make the most of what you've got. So
yeah, and given how forgiving this event is and letting you use a team that's not as unreachable as, say, SS3 Goku, where they let you use the extreme tech, which hardly anyone had.
Yeah, because it was, you kind of were a little bit stuck if you didn't have Angel Gold Frieza, and then if you didn't have Super Saiyan 3 Broly or potentially LR Black and Zamasu, you were pretty stuck on the harder difficulties, unless you managed to get the ridiculously lucky Devil Man. But I did see a few people posted screenshots of the Devil Man thing actually going off against the EZA.
Yeah, no,
so
I saw people do it the entire last, like, 10 stages.
that's crazy. I imagine that would take you a hell of a lot of retries. I mean, potentially you could try that for this, but he is an extreme unit, so he's not going to get any key, so actually super attacking him with him is probably going to be an issue, so he's probably not a valid choice for this particular event. But
yeah, not unless you like wasting your life.
at least it doesn't cost any stamina, so if that's literally the only option you have, you can at least try it a fair few times.
Yeah.
So there's also the Bull Pan from the Fusions banner. She is a key support unit, so she's not particularly great. She's probably the last resort choice, but she is a Hybrid Saiyan, so
yeah. I feel like if you're bringing one support unit, your top 3 should be Pan in this order: Pan, Super Vegeta, and then the Bull Pan. Bull Pan definitely being last there.
I think so. If you're
oh wait, no, there's also the Gohan, right?
Yeah, there's the Super Saiyan 2 Gohan from the BoJack movie, who's currently a featured unit on the BoJack banner, and then there's also the World Tournament Super Saiyan Gohan, who I'm using on my team. I have mine Rainbow because it was from the tournament a while back where they gave out double rewards. So I got quite
so Bullpen's even
So
Full
she
pan's
is
even less.
yeah, she's like a last resort. Although I would say maybe she only gives Ki not an attack and defense boost, but because she's a Hybrid Saiyan, she potentially would be
so
more
is
useful
Gohan.
than Super Vegeta. But
Yeah,
I'm not sure,
yeah.
'cause she'll hit harder than he would, but he gives the 20% buff to the others on the rotation. So overall, I mean, statistically, it has been shown that having a support unit is better than a unit that hits hard. So she
Yeah,
probably
not to
is
mention
still
she's not going to hit hard in
last
general
resort.
because you're not getting her to SA10.
No, exactly, because she again is
Yeah.
another unit that is unique, so has no way to raise her super attack. So
Yeah, that is not worth it.
there are at least options, and then of course one thing we haven't covered, which Ytry found one for his video, is if you can find a friend who has LR Goten and Trunks, they are obviously the most powerful AGL Hybrid Saiyan unit.
Oh yeah.
But I would definitely recommend, what I will be trying to do is, if you do see one or two of them pop up on your friends list, you want to save them for the higher stages, because they will, even in the harder stages, if you can get their 18 key super, even with a Super Vegito lead, you have a fairly decent chance of taking him out in that one turn. So if you find one, you definitely want to save them. So
Especially the SA20. Oof.
yeah, exactly. Especially if you have a friend like we do who has 2 dupes in his. So yeah, I'm definitely
we know who.
saving him for last.
We know we're hitting up JCV Goku when this event starts.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, he should be good for taking out that final phase. So is there anything else that we've missed you can think of?
No, off the top of my head, I don't think so.
I think that's everything we covered. Obviously, if you are really short and don't have a decent Super AGL team at all, you're probably not going to be able to get all the way through to stage 30, but there are some decent Hybrid Saiyans. Like if you have LR Gohan, I have seen that he can do sort of decent damage, but again, once you get to those last few stages, he's probably not going to be able to carry you. So
Yeah. At the very worst, the event's worth doing up until stage 20 if you can't beat past that for the stones, the orbs, just getting Burly up the few upgrades that you can get. So, I mean, the event's definitely worth doing.
yeah,
To
exactly.
some regard.
I will probably, because I have LR Broly, I'll probably just use all of the rewards from the event to finish 100%ing a couple of other STR units, and then I'll probably save the Strength Grand Kais for when the new Rose comes out.
Yeah, and the orbs that come with it as well.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm saving
So
my
it's
orbs for Rose.
yeah, it's definitely worth doing as many of the stages as you can just to get those rewards. Plus, up to stage 30, you do get a stone for every stage you complete as well. So
Yeah.
it's potentially
Absolutely
30
worth
stones
it.
as well. So definitely worth it. So yeah, I think that's everything in terms of the stuff we covered in your part. But yeah, it's just a little bit of a discussion to try and help you guys out who are in the same boat as us and don't have Strength Ultimate Gohan. Obviously, if you have Strength Ultimate Gohan, you just want to use him, and then all of the
that'll be
most
a breeze.
powerful Hybrid Saiyan units. You still probably want to prioritize the AGL ones that you have, but obviously he gives a nice leader skill boost, so you'll be able to bring units that are much harder hitters that are Hybrid Saiyans, so it might help you
Yeah.
through a little bit easier. So
But yeah. So I guess that's about all we got for you guys today.
So yeah, that's it really. Just like I say, something a little bit different, but it's nice to have a discussion about team building ideas actually with somebody else, so you can bounce ideas off of each other. So
Yeah.
hopefully we are going to be successful. I think we're both planning to stream the event around the time it goes live. So
yeah.
I'm sure we'll arrange between us to not stream at the same time. So if you guys are free, come and check out both of those. I'm sure we'll be hanging around in each other's streams, so we'll be able to comment.
Those streams will
and,
be a lot of fun.
give you guys some advice. So should be a lot of fun.
Then I'll drop some dank. I don't know if dank's the right word, but dank summons for Ticket Banner on mine.
Ah, nice. Yeah, I think I've mentioned it in a previous video, but I'm saving all of mine for the final day. I used 3 on the first day on my video where I talked about the banner, but I'm going to do all 57 of the other ones in a stream, so I'll mention that closer to the day, but make sure you guys keep an eye out for that. Hopefully we can get something decent. So
that's what I was gonna do, but I blame muscle.
yeah, I keep seeing so many people getting the 120 leads, and it's like I'm itching to summon, but I'm gonna save it all up because it should be a good fun to do them all in one go and see what we can actually walk away with. So
yeah, one last thing. Me and my friend in stream the other day managed to pull 2 Hint Gojitas on 2 separate. We each pulled an Hint Gogeta on 2 separate accounts back to back, and it was the most hype thing I've done.
Yeah, definitely check that out once you've watched this, and go and check out Y-Try's channel. And that's, I think, his most recent stream. So make sure you check that out because yeah, I was there to see that. That was pretty crazy. So.
Oh, that was great. His reaction was perfect.
Yeah, he was so happy
that
he pulled him, and then he pulled him straight after. That's great. So.
Yeah, we'll be talking to you guys in the comments down below.
Yeah, so that is going to be it for this one, guys. Leave a like if you liked what you saw, and subscribe if you're new. We'll both be hanging out in the comments, so if you want any more tips or advice on building your team, I'm sure we'll be there to comment back and see if we can help you guys out. And anything else you wanted to mention before we go?
Not really. Don't summon on the Bojack banner, because Ningen should know better than anyone.
Yeah, so yeah, make sure you check out my Bojack summons, because that was
straight fire.
Yeah.
Dumpster fire.
Dumpster fire. Yeah, that's the only kind of fire that occurred in that stream. So yeah, hop onto that video and comment F to pay respects. So but yeah, so hopefully you guys will have a good time with the EZA event. Let us know what teams you're planning to run. Even if you did pull Gohan, let me know who you're planning to use. And yeah, we will see you all again soon.
Absolutely. Have a good day, guys.
Yep, have a good one.
Alright guys, if you like this video, feel free to check out these other ones on your boy Mass Ningen's channel. If you look to, I don't know which side this is going to be on, this is all in post, I don't know anything. We'll say on the left, you'll see the Bojack showcase on how he would feel if he got it, and on the other side you'll obviously see the part where he tried to get Bojack and failed terribly. And if you're like me, I love me some Despair summons, so go check that out if you're as cynical as I am. Yeah, have a good day, guys.